What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. He said, "Yeah, he." I just had a great conversation with Crap. It's actually up on the channel now. He reached out to me yesterday. Uh, I'm not gonna tell you about the things that we talked about behind the scenes, but like I said, sometimes time heals all wounds. But shout out to him though, for being the bigger man and reaching out. Egos put aside. So we had a great one-on-one, great talk. You know what I mean? Never know what the future may hold, right? But with that being said, this video here is addressing the tweet because I'm saying I'm still getting a lot of backlash, right? Not that I care, but it's fun to talk about, right? Wait, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Listen, if you're new to my channel, shout out to you. If you have yet to subscribe, hit the like button. Also, follow me on Twitter. I normally follow everyone back. Join the Discord. Very funny. Go in there, get your joke on, your troll on, but we don't do none of the weird stuff. And if you want to have access to a lot of behind the scene content, hit me up. Join the Patreon for as little as $2. I mean, $5, whatever. We got some great content up there. I have a lot of stuff that happen behind the scenes on E3. I'm going to start uploading now. But anyway, for those of you that have been here, you watched my E3 live reaction. A lot of you guys already know that I wasn't happy with what Microsoft, what they're showing for E3. You know what I mean? You already know this, right? And then even when they showed Halo Infinite, right? I'm gonna get to what the video's about, right? And they said it was running, it's going slated to come out on a Scarlett, and it was running it on a high-end PC or whatever, right? I wasn't impressed. It wasn't impressed. I know a lot of the Halo fans are happy with the nostalgia of the look of Halo, but graphically, I wasn't impressed. Right? If that's supposed to be a next generation game, but even though it's coming out on, you can play it on your older Xbox. But this is the issue that I have, and we're going to address the tweet that I put out. The tweet that I put out, I talked about, the E3, how I wasn't impressed, and rumor has it that going into next generation, Microsoft is not going to have the most powerful console, right? Now, I just mentioned the rumor. I said, rumor has it, going into next generation, they're not going to have the edge in power. Like the X is more powerful than the Pro, and all hell broke loose, right? When people don't have their hands on the final depth. Listen here, right? If you don't know how this works, the PlayStation 5 and the next generation Xbox comes out next year, November 2020, right? Even though developers such as EA and Activision and Ubisoft, just say the main top three, or 2K Sports, right? 2K, I'm sorry, it's 2K, not 2 Sports. Even though they may not have their hands on final dev kits, they talk to Microsoft, or people at Xbox. They have what you call machines, PCs, with the roundabout specs. Now, what happened was, because again, the consoles come out next year, and whatever next generation, whatever Assassin's Creed or whatever 2K or whatever Madden and all that stuff is coming out, they have to have their hands on the machines now to start making those, or PCs rather, to start making games, coding it for what's going to come out next year, right? So the chief editor at Game Informer said, rumor had, this is before Microsoft E3 started, presser said that Microsoft was not going to have the edge in power, right? What he heard. And they said, well, you heard that from, we said, from developers that were there on the floor just before Microsoft E3 show. Now, and I just, again, reported on what he said. Rumor has it they're not going to have, when it comes to power, they're not going to have the power advantage, right? So, right, all hell broke loose. And I got to thinking, right? I'm going to look at this book, right? Why does Microsoft need the most powerful console? Next generation. They're already saying no gamer left behind. So whatever they come up with in the future, it has to run on 2013 hardware. Now, I know they said there's software that can tell what machine that you're using, what console, and you either upscale or downgrade to whatever machine you have, which that's at school. But something that's done using the software, it would never be something that's done natively, hardware-wise, right? What I mean by that is, when Sony comes out with their PlayStation 5, I know you're going to have some cross-generation titles at the start of the generation, but they're going to cut the line, and whatever next God of War, whatever the case may be, is going to be made to run on PlayStation 5 hardware from the ground up. Where here's with Microsoft side of things, they're making things with PC, this, that, and the other, a whole bunch of different codes, right? And again, they depend on the software to determine what you're using, the stuff you can get, the best version or not. That would never beat something that's built from the ground up to take advantage of those hardware. It's not. I don't care what they say. We got to be honest. Right now, I have the world's most powerful console, right, in the Xbox One X, right? Why is it that exclusive to my first-party content, games still look better on the PlayStation 4 Pro? Why? Because they built from the ground up for that, right? Look at The Last of Us 2. When they showed that thing off last year, you can tell some people that wasn't PlayStation 5 hardware, right? And it took Digital Foundry to take the, come out and did a video, said no, everything they showed was running on the PlayStation 4 Pro hardware, right? Hear me out. So if they're saying no gamer left behind, and you see the type of games that they're making, Bleeding Edge, the Sea of Thieves, and this and the other, they're not graphically demanding games, right? So why do they need the most powerful hardware? Well, even what better, right? Sony might say, hey, we ain't got to go balls to the wall. Our first-party content, again, is still going to look night and day better than your exclusive. So Sony might say, hey, we might save a few dollars, right? Let's be honest here. And it's going to be a mistake if they're depending on third party to show the advantages of their console. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, come on, like, even if they do have the most powerful hardware, hear me out. The exclusive wise, I'm not talking about what you prefer to play, what's more funner. All that is subjective, right? But Sony exclusives are still going to look better graphically. I didn't say play better. What all that is subjective. You may like Gears of War. He may like Uncharted, or whatever the case. That's all we're talking about. Graphically, aesthetically, what we see. Their games are still going to look better graphically. I'm telling you. That's a fact, right? And again, if they do have the more powerful hardware, their first party content is not going to show that. And it's going to be becoming a problem again if they're dependent on third party. We're going to be we're not going to go back to Digital Foundry and counting 1 and 2 for like this shit crazy. They're both going to use Navi next generation. They both got Zen 2 processors, right? You know what I mean? So I don't think obtaining or hitting 60 frames will be the issue, especially when they say with the wording when they said Scarlett. Microsoft didn't say this is the most powerful console ever. It said it's the most powerful console they ever created, and it's 4 times as powerful as the X. Now, like damn, for the X is 6 T-flops, 6 times 4 is 24. Now, layman's term, like casual, like you're expecting to get a 24 T-flop console for $500. That ain't happen. There ain't even a graphics card out there that's 24 T-flops. They were talking about the performance of the CPU. The CPU, the Zen, is going to be 4 times more efficient, powerful than the Jaguar cores that are in the X model in the standard Xbox One S and the Xbox One. That's going to be 4 times as powerful. Cool, but not over the GPU. Ain't no way in hell. I had some people arguing me down. 8K and 120. Listen, let me say this to you right now. You're not getting any native 8K games on the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox One, or whatever, Xbox Scarlett and Anaconda. Now, they will have an upscaler, 9 out of 10, you know what I mean? Just the way the Xbox One S plays games in 4K, but it's upscale. It has a scaler chip, you know what I mean? And HDR. This is the same thing. It's going to be on the next generation Xbox and the PlayStation 5. Now, what games are going to be 120 frames a second? Depends on what type of games it is. But any graphically demanding games, no. You know what I mean? Those are just, numbers to brag and you talk shit about. That's not going to happen, right? So, like I said before, it doesn't really matter. And I'm being honest. And, a lot of you guys don't mean to be an Xbox guy, but it's not going to matter next generation. Because Sony's exclusive-wise are still going to look better. So, even if they lose in the power department, slightly, those consoles are going to be neck and neck, man. And again, you have what you call specs on paper, and then what you call real world performance. Remind you that you have what you call numbers on paper, this T-flop, that T-flop. Then you have real world performance. Look at the Pro, right? Look at Last of Us 2 running on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and you boot up whatever game whatever exclusive on the Xbox One X, right? If you didn't know which one was, if you know anything about gaming, right, and you were just to play those things on a 4K TV HDR, which console would you think was the more powerful? The Pro, right? You have what you call, again, specs on paper, and then real world performance. I think the Xbox One X is a hell of a console. I do. You know, liquid cooler chamber and this, that, and the other. It's slick, right? But our first party content is trash. Sucks, you know? And looking at this year's E3, I'm not excited, man. I'm not. But anyway, this is your boy Next Gen 720. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Does it matter to you if Microsoft or Sony has the more powerful console next generation? You know? Do it matter? Let me know. Like I said again, if you're not following me on Twitter, please do so. All of my links and stuff will be down in the first comment section pinned below. And also, too, you finish check out the one-on-one with me and Crap Gamer. We tackled a lot of things when we talked about Xbox E3, the direction that they're going, even the Xbox community, man. Like, what the hell is going on here? We talked about a few things in that one-on-one I just did about an hour ago. Let me know what you think down below. This is your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm out of here.